Anybody hear me? Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Got a couple people in here. B-Lady, Duncan 1900. Steph Momini. Am I saying that right? Momini. Geeky Gardens, Sakima's Ridge, Country Home,
Hidden Valley Homestead.
Hidden Valley, Broussard Homestead, She's Gone Country Farms. All right. So is the sound okay? Can you guys hear me all right? Everything else seems to be a little crazy here tonight. Okay, good.
Mom, my knee. That's cute.
Mom, my knee. I wonder if one of the kids gave her that name.
Yeah, she said you said it right.
Cool. Three Musketeers Homestead.
That's what I craved when I was pregnant with Sean.
Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers. I don't like them.
Well, and anytime you tell me that you eat anything chocolate, I get pretty amazed.
30-some years ago.
Be with you all in 149. Okay, Geeky. So, I guess I'm lost here. All right. Couple things to talk about tonight. One of those being your YouTube channel. And let me get a couple things up here on the screen. And I have to assume that this is now, but I went in to look at the latest support from Google on the YouTube help to see what if there'd been any changes, especially with all these changes going on with the Creator Studio and everything else they seem to be breaking. And they say in here that you can, I'll just kind of highlight it. It says note, you can no longer edit your channel icon or channel art on mobile devices. You have to use a desktop computer and follow the instructions below. And I guess I was pretty surprised to see that. Not that I ever tried doing it on a mobile device, but I know a lot of folks, that's all they have is they use their phone to do all of that. And so I was a little surprised to see that. But the channel art seems to be a big thing with a lot of folks on their channel. They have a very difficult time getting the picture the way they want it. Well, YouTube has created a this is their image size and file guidelines, but they've created a template. And this is a full-size template if you download it, channel art template. And the large square you see here is if somebody's watching your YouTube channel on a TV, that's actually the coverage that they use. The narrow band across the center here that is what is shown on handheld devices, laptops, notebooks, or tablets. So again, depending upon the real estate covered on those devices, it may use a wider or narrower piece of the pie. The safest way to have everything displayed that you want displayed is to have it in this center area. And of course, it says text and logo safe area. So if you are using a collage of pictures, if you're using one big picture that you maybe have specific items in it that you want to be shown to the majority of people on your YouTube channel, you will have to make sure that those items show up in this safe area. So now I've talked with most people here that are here tonight, from what I've seen anyway, that a free editing program is Paint.net. Paint.net is a very, very powerful program. It does not cost you anything, and it rivals Photoshop and many other high-dollar programs. So let's just go look here real quick at this is the channel art template that they have here, and this also gives you the sizes. Let me move my color here out of the way. So the large size here is 25 by 60 by 1440. That is a full 16 by 9 ratio for the resolution. So any of your 1080p, 720p, the full ratios, they will just multiply right up into this number. Makes it a lot easier to perhaps build a file that you would want to create as a banner. What I have found to be the easiest way to create a banner, especially if you want to do it, if you want to add something other than real plain text, is to go into your YouTube editor. I'm assuming most of you have a YouTube editor. Bring this over here. And this is Filmora 9. So we'll just click New Project. And for the media, we're just going to start out with a plain color. So I don't have a particular color in mind. We'll go with this graduate. And drop it in. Go into a title. And we're just going to go with a very pretty plain title. We'll drop it in on top. So to edit the title, and I'm sorry, it keeps opening up on my other screen, so I need to drag it across so you folks can see it. This particular title is as it comes as a 2-line title. Of course, you can add additional lines. It also has a small video clip in it that plays this square box. So if you play the title, this is what it does. And we don't really care about that. If we want the square box, that's fine. We can resize it. So for the your title here, we're going to say Smudge's Den. And for this bottom one, we're going to say, what would be a good second line for Smudge? We don't have to have.
Pardon me?
What would be a good second line for a banner for Smudge or
Smudge's Den.
Smudge's Den? Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Videos when I get to it. There we go. Now that's a little hard to see on there, so we're going to change the color. We're going to make it bold. For the Smudge's Den, I think we'll put a border around it. Oh, chartreuse looks good. Sure, we'll just leave that there. Okay. So if I want this to be the new banner, if you would, and I say, okay, that's what I'd like to have, so I can play this. And then I can take a picture of it. Okay. YouTube, I'm sorry, not YouTube. Filmora 9 saves its snapshots into documents, Wondershare Filmora 9, user media, and snapshot. And we're going to open that up here. All right, let's see what size this banner is. So I'm just going to look at the image. And this size happens to be a 1920 by 1080. Well, the size that we need is 2560 by 1440. So easiest way to resize this is go to image, resize, maintain the aspect ratio. 1440 was the easy number to remember. 2560 by 1440. And we'll say okay. So I've actually resized this image now to the exact size that it's needed to fit the template for the full banner art, a full channel art to upload to YouTube. Now this particular banner, let's look at this right on top of, and I can do it either way, but I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on top of the template. So I'll do a Control A to copy it, Control C, I'll go back to my template, and I'll just paste it into a new layer right on top. And I'm doing it this way so you can see. I'm going to lower the opacity here so we can see the template coming through the background. And I'm hoping by just fading it out, you'll be able to see how that comes in. And you can see how what I created here is actually too big. Smudge's Den fits perfectly centered right in this box area, but I don't get the entire white box. The videos, when I get to it, it would not even show up. So this tells me I have to shrink this file. I have to make it smaller. I have to do something different with it to make it fit. Now, I know this is maybe a long way to do this, but I want you to get the concept of taking a program and manipulating graphical content, manipulating files, to resize them, to make them bigger, smaller, and whatever you would like to do with them. So I hit cancel on this. It's full screen. So actually it's no good. There's no point in me even saving it. I could, but I don't want, I'm not going to bother. Now I'm going to show you here. When I download, if you download a web page from YouTube, and I just happen to grab farm alarms here. These are all of the banner files that are utilized from YouTube. You're going to upload one picture. This is a picture right here. And I'm just going to open it. I have to bring it over. This is the picture that was uploaded from Farm Alarm to their site. So that's the big image. This is one of the other smaller files. Let me get into
What's the name of the photo editing program you're using?
paint.net.
Okay.
And then, of course, this is another one. I guess I can maybe yeah, you can see here how it changes. I'm scrolling between these three. So it drops down and then it gets bigger. So YouTube does this behind the scenes. You're going to upload one file, not three, and it will create these other files out of that one, and it will display them to the viewing device, whatever it is, according to how it detects what it is, whether it be a phone, excuse me, a phone, a tablet, a PC, a TV screen, a game console, or whatever that may be. So like I said, this would work if I just wanted this center part here to show up. Let me show you again real quick here. We'll just make this a little more transparent. Oh, I no longer have it over that. Sorry. Control C. Paste it to a new layer. Okay, so here, so I make that more transparent. You can see the screen coming through to see if it's what you want it to be or not. And of course, you can do it the other way as well. So now what I've done is I've copied this template. I've gone into this picture and I'll just paste this into a new layer. I thought I would. Edit, copy. Edit. Well, and I'll have to tell you, other than the fact everything is still open, it should have been fine. We'll just do save. Okay, so Control A, copy. Okay, let's see if this is the right size. Yes. Okay. So now if I take this and I make this top layer more translucent, you might be able to see that show up a little better. But you can see how it just doesn't cover the whole thing. Now, if you like, you could another way you can do it, that center section is 1546 by 423. 1546 by 423. So we will resize the canvas. 423. 1546. Okay, this is that center section. So if this is what you'd like your banner to show up as on a laptop, desktop, handheld device, it'd work very well, and it really wouldn't look bad. So you can test what you're doing with what you have. So let's take that particular banner right now. Let me bring Smudge's screen up over here. Okay, and how am I going to get this to Smudge?
You have a question here.
Okay. Go ahead and read me the question.
Is Filmora easier to get going in than Adobe Suite?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. That would be very similar to the difference of driving a golf cart and a Lamborghini. They both get you where you want to go, but all right. I have Smudge's page on a different computer here, and that's the reason it's taking me a minute. So just hang on, please. Save as. Okay. So now I can either drag the photo here, or I will select the photo from my computer. I dropped it on the desktop. And then this is what it looks like now on this particular laptop. So on the laptop, you see the whole entire box. If you have a phone and went to Smudge Two-Family Homestead, you would just see the center part. It would be cut off. These outside bars would be cut off. If you go to his page on a television set, you'd see the line underneath it. So anyway, that is the way that you not only can create new banners, but you can size them. You can get it to fit the way you want it to. See, I could go back in and start from scratch and just make everything smaller so I could have more lettering in here. But actually, I think it came out pretty good the way that it is. So I have something else here, very interesting. At least I found it very interesting, that I would like to share with you folks. I did not create this. A good friend of mine by the name of Morgan Gold actually wrote this. So let me, and this has to do with YouTube. And I didn't ask his permission, but he posted this on Facebook, so I'm giving him all the credit in the world. But he talks a little bit. He gives his thoughts on channels and how, what's important. So he has 7 things listed here. And number 1 is of his opinion. I certainly agree with him. Thumbnails and titles are everything. They're the primary driver of the click-through rate. They're the thing that gets people in the door. You could have the greatest videos, but if you can't entice people to click, it really doesn't matter. So what makes people click? Well, a lot of trial and error. But when you're creating your thumbnails, put yourself in a potential audience member's shoes. What would interest them? What would make them curious? What would cure their eternal boredom? Do the thing that would scratch that itch. So in a real nice way here, he's saying bait, clickbait. That's what gets people to click. Now, I'm not saying bad clickbait, but you have to have something interesting enough to make people want to click on your video. And the first thing they're going to see is the thumbnail. Second thing is read the title. Those are your only chances of putting anything out there for people to randomly click on it. Click on your little picture on a page of hundreds of pictures. What's going to make them click on your video? I don't think I want to go any further. Like I said, you've got a series of 7 things. I do have it in a text file. If somebody wants it, they want to email me, I'll share it with you. But you can also find it on Facebook. Is that right? Do you remember what, was it on his page or?
I don't know if he has it. I know it's in the small YouTube group.
It's in the small YouTubers group on Facebook. So you can get into that. Unless you guys want to see more of this. I don't want to go down a road that people don't want to go down all at once, but eventually I do want to cover everything that's in this, and if we just do 1 or 2 little things a week here, I think that would be
I think that's a good idea.
yeah. So let me ask at this point, does anybody have any questions on anything? I'm looking over here, and we've got roughly 40 people in the room.
Brett has a non-related question.
Okay. I'm good for non-related questions.
The video froze on our live stream, but the audio was fine. Happened twice, both times with Amy's iPhone XS. Do you think it's the device causing it?
Okay, you said the video froze on your live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say no.
The video froze, but the audio was fine. You wanna know if it was Amy's iPhone.
I doubt it. I doubt very much it was your iPhone. I have an idea it was probably just a slight glitch in the internet stream.
It was probably, Abby telling you she wanted those goats.
Yeah, Broussard, it can do that. It can do that.
Not a buffer, just froze. Oh, you
Yeah,
saw that?
I saw that one. Yeah, and it can do that. If you guys are doing your live stream with the phone, keep in mind all the encoding takes place at YouTube. So in essence, what you're doing, you are sending a video stream to YouTube along with an audio stream. And then they have to take those two sources, combine it together, keep it in time, and make it restreamable. Now, when YouTube puts out a stream like what we're doing here right now, if you go down to the little gear icon on your stream and click on that and go to quality, you should see the following. You should see 720p, 480p, 360p, 240p, and 144p. If your device is capable of showing all those. Of course, the higher the number, the sharper the video is going to be. But I broadcast in 720 because the majority of our folks are watching this or watching on a handheld device. They don't have real high band rates coming down, so if they're viewing it at 240 or 360, in a lot of cases they're doing very good. My audience just they don't need anything higher. I'm not sure anybody really needs 4K, but there's a lot of people that swear by it or swear at it, I don't know which. Huge files, a lot more bandwidth. She's Gone Country Farms. If I had to do everything from a phone, I wouldn't get very much done. I wouldn't have much of a phone left either.
That's true.
But let me ask you this, Brett. If you're just creating a video with the phone, do you have any issues in either syncing up the audio in the video or any type of lag or any glitches in that in just a regular video, not doing a live stream, just making a video with the phone? And if you do not, chances are it's not the device. I'm going to suspect that it is not the device. I'm going to suspect it's connection. Now, what's interesting here is the primary computer. Well, we have Spectrum cable here, so that's the main internet. But I also have, for like when we go out on the road and so forth, I have a device here called a MiFi. It's a Verizon hotspot. And that little device, sitting here where our phone service is not the best, we live down in the valley, I actually have a greater upload speed with that MiFi than I do with the cable internet. Now download, there's no comparison. Download with the cable is usually over 100 meg. But the upload is only 8 to 10, and with this little device it seems to average somewhere between 12 and 18. So
Beagle Family Fun, what audio mic system do you guys use?
what audio system? I have an external mixing board here that I use for the live streams. It happens to be a Harbinger. It is it's a 16 channel board. I'm using dynamic microphones for sharing myself. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 6 sound cards on the computer so I can break out all of the sounds to individual channels and run them through the board. So when we have a guest on through Skype, they come through a single channel. If I take a phone call, they come through a single channel. If I play a video here, that goes through another channel. That way I have complete control over all the volumes and all the inputs on everything I do here on the live stream. So did that answer your question?
Dano's Toolbox, I finally got a watermark on my last upload. How do I get it on all my videos?
Okay. Well, let me first ask you the question. When you said you got it on your last upload, did you create a watermark and embed it into your video to upload? I guess that's my first question. So I'm kind of waiting to see your answer here.
Carrie has a TubeBuddy question.
I can try to answer that.
I used to be able to add text to a thumbnail and move the text anywhere I want, not anymore. The text gets put in a specific spot and I can't move it. Any ideas?
You're talking when you're creating a thumbnail with TubeBuddy?
Sounds like it.
Have you gone one step too far? I mean, that's my first thought. Let me, well, I can't do it with Smudge.
Yes, she says. Nope, she says.
Wait a minute. Yes and nope. Okay.
So you have to figure out which was your first question, which was your second question.
Yeah, because at this point I'm... All right. I'll tell you what I can do. Okay. I put the phone number up on the board if that would help for you to ask the questions on the phone. That way we take a lot of the delay out and the typing effort. So phone line is open. Take one question at a time. I think take one call at a time.
I add text and it is frozen. Used to be movable, not anymore. When making a thumbnail, nope, didn't go too far.
Okay, is this within the, let me ask you this, is this within the old Creator Studio or the Creator Studio Beta? I know, way too many questions. Okay, let me bring this into the screen here. Okay, so I'm in our Creator Studio Beta with the one of our last videos here. And if I say create a thumbnail using TubeBuddy,
She says, old creator, beta won't work for me. Hate it.
well, I'm giving it a real test here because I'm in the beta mode. So let's see what it does. So we're going to say solid color, and we're going to make the color, I don't know, green. There we go. And we'll continue. We're going to add some text. So and we'll make that red. So we'll add that. And at this point, you're saying you can't do anything with it like this? I mean, I'm moving this all around. But if I click continue, I can't do anything. I can go back. If I have to highlight that text. If I've done a second, I'll just leave. Enter text here. We'll say add. I'll move it down. I can outline it. I can outline this one in white. I can move them both around. So I'm not seeing any issues here. Now, I can lock. That could be what you have. Make sure, if you're looking on the screen, make sure that this position lock layer is not checked. Uncheck that, and then you should be able to move that layer around.
And there you go, Karen. Maybe that's, she can't highlight, can't do anything.
This could have a little checkbox right here. If that's checked, that locks it. You're done. You can't do anything with it. So just uncheck that. Make sure that's unchecked. Because at this point, I can come back in here and I can change the size. But if I lock it, I can't do that. Now it's locked. Well, I'll take it back. I can, but I can't move it. Cannot move it. And I can't. Yeah, I could. I could get the outline changed, but I cannot move the message.
She can't change anything.
I'll click cancel on this. Let's,
Honest Open Permaculture's asking, do you happen to have a mobile app that I can make channel art with? I know a lot of people use Canva.
there's some online places.
Yeah.
The concern that I have, utilizing a mobile device, I mean, I know you can create it, but I think you have to download to your device or send it to yourself email from this site where you've created the channel art. And according to the latest help page right here, and I don't recall seeing this before, it says, note, you can no longer edit your channel icon or channel art on mobile devices. So I don't know if that's because you can't get it into that particular mode. You can't enlighten the pencil if there's a piece missing somewhere. But according to what I'm seeing here, and I'm just reading this. I have no first-hand knowledge of this. According to what I'm seeing here, you can no longer edit your banner, edit your channel icon, do any of that with a handheld device, mobile device.
Are you ready for another question?
Sure.
Overlook Valley Homestead, how do you add a countdown timer to Streamlabs on going live soon?
Well, if you are utilizing Streamlabs, which I don't, but if you are utilizing Streamlabs, I believe it has a countdown timer already built into it that you just have to enable. But that is a program I do not use.
Yeah, we don't have to.
What Streamlabs has done is they've taken OBS as a basic program because it is open source. It is free. There is no charge for it. And they have said, okay, I'm going to start with this no charge for program, and we're going to customize it. We're going to make it suitable for our little niche of people, our Twitch streamers and our YouTube streamers and whoever else uses it for whatever platform. And we're going to create a lot of our little widgets and just incorporate those into it where you have bots that do different things. You have timers that do different things. You have movable screens. The only problem is they've broken OBS because they can't keep up with OBS. OBS has come out with 2 or 3 updates that the Streamlabs OBS is behind on. So I shouldn't say a lot, but there are selected items within OBS that are a lot more advanced than what you get with Streamlabs. That's the reason I don't use Streamlabs. I'm not saying it's a bad program, but I'm not using it.
Isn't Streamlabs and OBS the same?
No, it is not the same. Not at all. They started with, Streamlabs started with an OBS program. But as soon as they went in and started writing their own code and changing and modifying that program, it is no longer the same thing as OBS. And the OBS updates will not work with it because the code's been changed. So We'll just run this up here. Okay. Performance analysis, I don't know. All right. Here's one of the things that Streamlabs says it can do, and it does do this. They've created what they call widgets. Primarily, most of their widgets are money driven. In other words, it's out there so that if Duncan 1900 Homestead said, "Oh, I'm going to give a super chat to Two Family Homestead," it does that. Then some little thing dances across the screen and jumps up and down and says, "Oh, Duncan 1900 gave $5,000 to
Oh, awesome, Brenda. We love you.
to Two Family Homestead." OBS doesn't do that. OBS has no provisions for that. So that's something that Streamlabs does do. Now, of course,
And there are more programs out there to go live
oh yeah,
other than Streamlabs.
yes,
Just saying, you don't have to specifically use Streamlabs.
right. Like I said, we use OBS here. There's a program called I think it's Lightworks. There's a program
Me
called
too, Brenda.
Wirecast, and there's others. So by this particular write-up, this party seems to think that Streamlabs OBS offers more functionality and has a higher performance value and a better user experience. Well, if it can't keep up with the current stuff, I don't see how it can be better. And I know that OBS just put in a major update for anybody that's running an NVIDIA graphics card, which is what I'm doing, because I can run pretty much the whole show off my graphics card now. And that cannot be done with Streamlabs.
Dangerous Criminals is asking, do you know about XSplit?
XSplit is another program. And we can certainly put that in here.
That's what Dangerous Criminals uses.
Gamecaster is another one. And you're going to see this with everything that you bring up. I don't care what the program is. OBS versus XSplit Broadcaster, which is a better game streaming app. Well, at this point, they're going to say that it's XSplit. Everybody says their software is better than OBS, but they're always comparing it to OBS. You're not finding XSplit compared to these other ones. The gold standard is OBS. So your XSplit, is certainly not a bad program. That's and if you notice, here's another one. It's Wirecast better than OBS. XSplit makes two different models. They make a gamecaster and a broadcaster.
Brenda's asking, I need to know what you can and can't say when doing a giveaway on a live stream.
What you can and can't say.
You cannot say that you need to be subscribed to my channel.
Right. You can't. Any giveaway has to be open to the world. Has to be open to the world. You can't put qualifications on, like you have to be subscribed. You can't say that you have to send in money, that you have to be a member of something, that you have to like a video. Now you can say, well, you have to make a comment because that's what we're going to choose the comments out of. And the comment has to say something, but it has to be a very generic something. The other thing is you have to be aware of your local laws. You have to be aware of is it considered to be gambling? Some of the things get so touchy. I mean, I'm a little bit leery, but we have done the just for example, the things on our Monday Night Live, the trivia questions, we've done those since the beginning. And there's nothing there high dollar. It is not high dollar. It's, we never say, okay, you got to be a member, you have to be a subscriber, you have to go subscribe to everybody that's in the channel. I mean, you obviously have to have some sort of rules and regulations, and you just set those up in front. You can do a search, what is required to do giveaways on YouTube. It'll scare you. Just be reasonable.
Teasers, pleasers, they'll get busted sooner or later. No, God's third acre, he has a sore throat.
Yeah, teasers, pleasers, the whole thing with the in the first place, there's no way to prove if they're a subscriber or not. A person does not have to share with the world their subscriptions. And if their subscriptions are not shared, there's no way for them to know if they're a subscriber or not.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing we do as far as the giveaways is they have to be in the continental U.S. Yeah. Carrie, isn't that strange? I don't understand how YouTube figures some things need to go in a spam folder. It just blows my mind. Thank you, B-Lady.
We do giveaways every week. They're not high dollar things. It's a fun little thing that we do on Monday nights. And in some cases, we've had folks that want to promote. We've promoted other channels on our giveaways. They said, "Hey, would be more than happy to donate the prize, for mentioning their names, for talking about their deals there, if you would." So that's fine. And we're certainly, you know, we certainly enjoy doing that. If, well, let's see who's out here tonight.
Yeah, the nice thing about our monthly giveaway with Layman's, because they're our biggest sponsor, they send out the prize. We don't. We just send them the person's address. But they're the ones who specify continental U.S. And anyone can enter. I don't go after that person. We announce it on, the live stream. We put the person's name, the winner's name, in the subject of that specific video. And the first time we gave away the skillet for this year, that person never contacted us. So that was a win for Layman's. They weren't having any money. Awesome, God's third acre, 22 to go. Yeah, same thing here, dangerous criminals. I think there have been very few that we've had to delete. It just it's crazy how they figure what's spam and what's not. Yes, you can, Duncan. Yeah, Brenda. Ours are within the Continental. Our Monday night trivias. I try to remember to say Continental United States, because there are times when I haven't, and there have been a few times that I've had to ship to Canada. If I don't say it, I don't want to go back on my word, so I feel I'm obligated to send stuff. And that when we were doing the $2 bills, they went all over. Australia, they went to England, they went to Canada. I think one went to Germany.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah, they went all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, exactly, Brenda. Exactly. But yeah, once we get to 10,000, I've been thinking about doing something. Not sure, but
Okay, if you
yeah, we mentioned it on I do it on Twitter also.
if you look at the screen here now, this is a pretty good representation of at least what is all the popular
Oh, that's cool, Daryl.
streaming platforms that you can use: XSplit, Streamlabs, Wirecast, OBS, Lightstream, Shadowplay, and vMix. There are more, but I'd say these are the biggest ones.
Carrie, I bet that's a YouTube bot thing. I mean, all of that is YouTube bots.
Did I ever get an answer back on the watermark on the video?
I didn't see an answer back.
Who was it that asked that? Do you remember?
I don't remember. Okay, who's the one who asked about the watermark? That if you have to do it on each video. I'm going back up to scroll to see if I can find it. I guess it was quite a ways up here.
Well, actually, we're running after 9. I know,
Yes, we are.
I know we have some other folks out there that get their stream started at 9 o'clock. Let me think who they are.
Isn't part-time Permies on at 9 on Tuesdays?
I don't know, but I will.
I can't see. It's gone up farther than I can scroll.
Okay. Here's the rundown on the current streams.
Ooh, that would be a nice gift. That's going to be expensive to ship, Brenda. You may want to reconsider that. Yeah, I agree with you, Carrie. That's crazy.
All right. So here's what's available stream-wise for those of you in the room. At least was the ones that I'm aware of. Cab 7 has his stream up. This is his Sing Your Heart Out night.
Oh, that's right.
Fatboy 440 has got his stream up. Rolling Through Life has her stream up. There's 48 in that one. Micro Farm Starter has his stream up. We know them. They're nice folks.
Yeah, I thought so, Carrie.
The Simple Joys has a stream with 19 in it. Nathan's Cooking Craft Corner has a stream with 7 in it. You can go watch Bitwit's live stream.
Narrow Way, send us an email, and we'll make sure that's put down for next Tuesday.
Bitwit has got 1,900 people in his stream.
Jeez.
Breakaway Homesteader has got 13 in his. James Cox has 5 in his. Pusa Studios has 45. McClendon Homestead has 32. Everything Spicy has 4, and Retired and Prepping has 1. So, and there's probably more, but that's all that I see immediately here. We'll probably drop into McClendon for a little bit and say hi to those folks and
Hey, Dole Whip
bounce
Dad.
around a little bit.
Is there a place I can look that tells me if I get a new comment instead of pulling every comment for each video?
Yes. Yes, there is. If you just go into let me grab the right mouse.
Should be right up there at the top right-hand corner where that red box is. That's where your comments are, right there.
Well, that's your unread notifications.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's usually comments too.
Okay. Now, just because we've got to be getting used to this, let's go into Studio Beta. So if you go into your YouTube Studio Beta, there's a comments tab over here on the left. You click on that comments tab, and these are all your comments and replies. The video that they're on shows over here on the right-hand side. But these are all of your comments. And then, of course, show more, and you can just kind of keep going.
Herbert T. Outdoors, do you trust those polls for best streaming software, or do you think it is about who pays the most to be the top one on their charts?
Yeah. No, I don't. The only
We'll see you over there, Carrie.
the only things like that I kind of trust is if it's a like PC Magazine, or I'm going to say somewhat of an independent third party doing it. You get into and I guess that's what I tried to kind of indicate here. Let's just look up, we'll just do the thing, live streaming. Which is probably not the thing to do, live streaming for YouTube.
Narrowway Farm, where is he finding what info? As far as who's on live right now and how many viewers? Take care, Garden Makeover.
Okay, and I'll real quickly share that. If you are signed in to YouTube, as I am here, I'm signed in as Two Family Homestead. That's what you're seeing right now. And if I go into my subscriptions, everybody that we are subscribed to that is currently live are at the top of the list. So as you can see right here, Retired and Prepping, Everything Spicy, McClendon Homestead, Busa Studios, James Cox, Breakaway Homesteader, Chris Cook, Bitwit, Nana's Cooking Craft Corner, The Simple Joys, Micro Farm Starter, Rolling Through Life, Cab 7. So if you go into your subscription list, the ones that are currently live are going to show up right there. If you want to learn about building computers and computer hardware and some high dollar stuff, this Bitwit has got a great channel.
One more question, because it is 22 after. Hey, Grizz! Teasers Pleasers is asking about if you have to put, like the Amazon link, if it has to be in every video. Can you go and show them on Studio where they put their description information, so when they do the videos, it's there every time, they don't have to retype it?
Well,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
If you can find it.
yeah, I know where it is in the old studio. Let me see.
Yeah, the new studio is still a bit perplexing.
Okay. Other features.
You know, Teasers Pleasers, I don't think it will. I guess I would have to go look at one of our very earlier videos to see if it's there, but I don't think so. She said you can do it next week.
Well, I'll show you in the Classic real quickly here. Well, let's go into Classic. I can.
Yeah, and a lot of them still have the Classic.
So if you go into Classic, you can go into Community. I believe it's Community Settings. Is that it? That's not it.
No.
How am I super chat?
You can tell we don't update it that often.
All right, it's in Channel. Channel Upload Defaults. Channel Upload Defaults.
There you go, Teasers Pleasers.
So here are the upload defaults. This is in the original Creator Studio. You can set your category, the license that you want to use. You can have a generic save title if you wanted to. This is what we put in a description that just automatically goes with every video that we upload. We have a group of tags that go to every video. This is where you also set your monetization and to allow comments and see ratings and for ad breaks and
But
all
is
that
our
crazy
description
stuff.
on that page?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh,
Description.
okay, there it is. Okay.
And you can stretch this out. If you
Yeah.
grab the lower right-hand corner, you can pull it down.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is the
You're
description.
welcome.
You get underneath your videos.
Homestead Land is asking, what software do you use for editing video? Daryl uses a couple. I don't touch them.
All right. Depending upon what I'm trying to do and what material I have to work with to start with, I use Filmora or Filmora 9 or Filmora Pro. I use Cyberlink's Power Director 16 or 17. I use DaVinci. Those are the only three that I think I currently have loaded. But I have used some other ones.
Well, it's 9:25, folks.
So,
Say goodnight, Gracie.
good night, Gracie. Folks, thanks so much for being here tonight. I see there's still over 20 of you here, and thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna go to McClendon Homestead in case anybody wants to follow me over.
if you go to McClendon Homestead, do you have the, hold on here. Who should we tell them that sent them?
Well, that's Smudge sent 'em.
What, they're going to have to say Smudge sent them. Okay, here's McClendon's Homestead link. That's their live. Step on over there, even if you're there for a few minutes to show support. Tell them Smudge sent you.
Yeah, say we're here because of Smudge.
And we'll see you Thursday night,
Okay.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Night, folks.
Love you.
Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.